18 minutes after 7 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Monday morning. The first day of school. You better get up, kids. Come on. It's the first day of school.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I hated the first day. I hated this. Ooh. It still stings, Robin, all these years later.
Oh, wow.
You know what I did like, though? I did like when I rode to school and my mom would have the radio on in the car. So.
Oh, really?
So if you're riding to school right now, is it too early? Or no, they're going to school right now, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. They're already at school.
They're at school?
Yeah,
Really?
it's 7,
wow.
It's after 7. They're
Well,
already at school.
morning.
Yeah, most
Good
of them are.
morning, Mom and Dad. 73 degrees
they're already there.
Here at the Paddock Mall, and many of you were here at the Paddock Mall getting ready for this first day of school this weekend and the days before this weekend. Anyway, we got a good show this morning. Let's see. Boy, at 7:35, I got a couple different topics that I think I want to bring up. There is some, I don't know if you consider this a Texas issue or not, but Texas Governor Rick Perry, as you know, on Friday had an indictment against him.
Yeah. Gee.
Well, good. So this is like a national story. I wasn't sure if this was a national story or not. See, this is the way I look at the news. I look at it in pieces. I don't look at it in mainstream thing. But anyway, so I wanted to, it's not that story necessarily that I wanted to focus on. It's the separation issue of Democrats and Republicans. I think we're getting a little bit too nasty with each other.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of where I wanted to take that. There's another story about the NAACP coming to Marion County, or maybe our local branch, I guess is what it is, going to threaten the city lawmakers, the city council, if they don't repeal the law of the saggy pants.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't like the saggy pants law. I think it's dopey, and I've said that since the beginning. So I'm not jumping on any bandwagon.
No.
In fact, maybe we started the bandwagon. I don't know, but I've always thought it was a dopey law.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's definitely a stiff penalty for droopy drawers. But.
Yeah.
But anyway, but still, it's our fight, and the NAACP should be, don't be threatening us.
Yeah.
It's almost like I want to say, you know what? I want the droopy draw. I want the droopy draw law in droopy. What is it called? Droopy pants.
Droopy drawer law.
Yes,
Droopy pants law. Yeah.
And then
it's ridiculous.
So this whole issue of Republicans and Democrats somehow forgetting that we're all Americans, and they're literally. See, the one thing I wish I could start a campaign. It'll never take off, but the campaign would be this: that nobody gets a vote from me. Well, this is my own personal campaign. You don't get a vote from me if you're engaged in mudslinging. I want to know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
If you're running for office, I want to know what you're going to do, what you have done. I don't need you to be slinging mud at the other guy because he flies a jet. Because you're both flying jets, okay?
Exactly. You're both up there in the air.
But anyway, so we'll talk about that. There's like a whole slew of things. And then there's this story out of Detroit that the Detroit police chief is crediting armed citizens for the drop in crime. He kind of encouraged them.
Good for him.
Back a month or so ago to help out with remember the Guardian Angels in New York? That was kind of their thing, but they didn't have weapons.
No.
They were just walking around with berets on their heads.
Yeah, exactly.
So kind of 7:35, I kind of just a mix of all the things in the news this morning, so I wanted to bring them up. News Bites, 8:35, that's where we turn off the opinion, more or less. Once in a while, one creeps in there. But, and that, that's a great way to define what we do here. 7:35, we talk about the news, but it's very opinionated. We definitely want your opinion. We'll express ours. We may not agree, but it's a great place to either debate or just express your opinion about things in the news. And then 8:35, it's the news, like the Fox News liner says. We deliver, you decide, whatever they say. Glenn Fiorello, by the way, speaking of candidates, he's coming in at 9:05. He is a Marion County Board of County Commissioners Republican candidate for District 4, and he'll be in the studio. We've known Glenn for a long time. Ed Wilson is a Marion County School Board candidate for District 3. And,
for the school board.
For the school board. Did I not say that?
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
He'll be in the studio at 9:20. So between 9 and 9:30, we've got two candidates, one for the county commission, one for the school board.
Yep.
Pastor O.S. Hawkins at 9:35. He's the president and chief executive officer of something called Guidestone Financial Resources. He was named Clergyman of the Year, and he's written a book called The Jesus Code. 52 scripture questions every believer should answer. Okay, looking forward to that. I always like that kind of topic. Matt Gibbs always brightens the studio each Monday, and he comes in here to talk about our cars, our automobiles. I'm a little sleepy. I feel a little sleepy.
But we had a big weekend.
I'll wake up.
We had a big weekend.
Anyway, so Matt will be answering your questions about your cars at 10 o'clock. John Horvat II at 10:35. He's written a book called Return to Order. He writes for the Christian Post. He's been on Fox News. He writes for the Washington Times. And he's been on C-SPAN. He writes for the Wall Street Journal. Return to Order, where we've been, how we got here, and where we need to go. Barry Decker is coming in at 11:05. He is a spokesperson with the Ocala Shriners. What would you call him? Yep. The 32nd annual Ocala Shrine Rodeo fundraising event is happening a week from Friday, right? And so and Saturday. So we'll talk to him about that. It's always fun. And we've got tickets.
Yes, we do. We have tickets. We've been giving away tickets.
Good.
And he always comes in with his guys. So.
Joe Martin has been up in South Carolina with his family, with his beautiful wife, Patsy. I believe both of them are safe back home now. I haven't heard, but I presume they are. That's what we heard would be that was the plan. So they will be, Joe will be in the studio at 11:45 or so to do fun with Joe, with us, 11:40, something like that, whatever we do it now.
Yep.
And so today the topic is, wait a minute, I got two things. What happened to my other thing? I should have, it's high school questions. It's fun trivia questions for high school students.
Okay.
Because today is the first day of school.
That's right.
And it's kind of the topic with Galen Unold as well. I wanted, when Galen is on from Life South, I wanted to engage in a discussion because he's, I guess you would consider him a generation younger than us, maybe not quite a whole generation. I never know exactly how long a period of time before you claim it's a new generation, but what it was like for his first day of school, and maybe regional differences too. Maybe your first day of school was different than mine because you were in Wisconsin, I was in New York. Galen's might be different because he was in the South and he was, 20 years later or something?
Yeah.
We found out yesterday, my daughter-in-law, who's a teacher, there are no blackboards in class, or if there are, they're used as bulletin boards.
That's right.
They don't use chalk much anymore. Am I right about
correct.
this?
Yep, they're called
or is it more accurate to say they don't use chalk at all anymore?
Yeah, not at all. They use dry erase markers, and now they have smart boards.
Do you know what I used to like, though?
What's that?
Remember that device that held 5 pieces of chalk?
Oh, I love that in music class. That was great.
And you could draw 5 lines at one time.
Yeah, that was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, that was for the music class. But you could use it for other things. I mean, you could use it to create a graph. You could do 5 lines and then 10 lines and then et cetera, right? Remember that? Did your teacher ever do that and show you how to do a graph?
Oh, yeah.
No more. They don't use blackboards or chalk anymore.
Nope.
Boy, has the chalk industry had a decline? I wonder.
I don't think so, because you go to the store and you find sidewalk chalk.
So they found a new way. They found a new way to make money selling chalk.
Yep, they just made a lateral move.
What is chalk anyway? Do you know what chalk is?
I don't know, but it tastes horrible. When you're a kid, you try to eat everything, and that was awful.
So today's the first day of school, and see a couple things in the news. The Ferguson shooting out in Ferguson, Missouri.
Yeah.
Just horrible. And again, it's a racially motivated thing. And again, when you talk about the Republicans and the Democrats being at each other's throats, you talk about the races being at each other's throats. Why?
Exactly.
Why? I thought at this point in our lives, at this point in this country, and this point in human civilization, 2014, we would learn to respect each other and understand that there are differences.
Exactly.
And then, of course, the issues in Ukraine and Iraq and in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine. Jeez, it's just a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah, now the North Koreans are trying to escape to South Korea, and they don't want to.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. And then the Ebola thing. Oh, yeah. Does it ever stop?
Yeah, that's awful.
Does it ever stop? All right, so let's see. Anything in the news? Well, first of all, today's the first day of school. If you're out there driving, don't forget there's rules about those school buses. You must stop if they are stopped.
Yeah.
I know there's a rule about the median. If you're going the other direction, and the median is what, 10 feet wide or something like that? I always forget this rule. I always just stop.
Yeah, exactly.
And then people blow their horn at me, and I was like, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I know if it's a 2-lane road, I got to stop. If it's a 4-lane road without a median, I got to stop. Mm-hmm. But a 4-lane road with a median, I think you don't have to stop. But I stop anyway. And everybody goes,
Yeah.
Get out of the way. You old man.
Yep, we are.
I haven't had the old man thing yet. I'm waiting for that.
Oh, okay.
It'll happen one day. All right, we need to move forward, and we'll be back. We'll talk about all those things, and we'll do that in just a bit, because there's that music.
Yeah.
You're listening to AM Ocala Live on The Source, WOCA, with Robin McBlain.
And Larry Whitler.
Thank you. I got my name said on the radio. How awesome is that? All right, we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Missouri Governor Jay Nixon calling up the National Guard to help restore peace and protect the citizens of Ferguson. Another midnight curfew's come and gone. Violence preceded it, and the cops responded.
When we saw violent acts, including shootings and throwing of Molotov cocktails and the destruction of businesses, we had to act.
Highway Patrol Captain Ron Johnson. Things quieted down after that. Meanwhile, the New York Times reports a preliminary autopsy shows that shooting victim Michael Brown was shot 6 times. Pope Francis has concluded his pastoral trip to South Korea.
Pope Francis celebrating Mass in a cathedral in Seoul hours after North Korea threatened to attack targets in the south because of U.S. military drills there this week. This 5-day visit also saw the Pope urging young people across Asia to reject materialism.
Fox Radio's Alistair Wanklin. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto, shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Net.
Step right up. Come see the scary, mind-boggling, two-faced man. Marvel at how DC Yoho funded Obamacare, then enrolled in it. Behold how District 10 claims to be conservative, then votes for increased spending and more taxes. Witness how Yoho can be 2 people in 2 different places. He's DC Yoho and District 10.
Jake Rush is the man we need to replace Ted Yoho. Jake Rush was an Alachua County Sheriff's deputy. He is a constitutional attorney and has pledged an oath 3 times on the Holy Bible to uphold and defend the Constitution. His focus is on the economy, decreasing spending, and holding the government accountable. Jake Rush is not a politician. He's a conservative straight shooter who will put a stop to the outrageous Washington spending, balance the budget, and repeal Obamacare. On August 26th, vote Jake Rush for Congress and make a difference in your future. Visit JakeRushForCongress.com.
I'm Jake Rush, and I approve this message.
Experience counts. That is exactly what Ron Crawford brings to the school board. As a current school board member, Ron Crawford knows firsthand the issues that confront our school system. He has worked to improve our graduation rate, lower our dropout rate, bring fairness to student code of conduct, and spend your tax dollars wisely while providing a safe learning environment in our schools. Yes, experience counts. Vote for Ron Crawford for Marion County School Board District 5. Political advertisement paid for and approved by Ron Crawford for School Board District 5.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
We should eat our larger meals earlier in the day so we have energy, and eat our smallest meal at night so the body can focus on sleeping. Successful relationships aren't supposed to be perfect. They require vulnerability. Telling yourself that the guy isn't good enough, our expert says you're really just giving yourself an excuse to stop trying. Couples should send 2 texts a day that provoke interest, like, I want to tell you about this cool vacation idea I had.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
News Talk 1370. WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
All right, thank you. 25 minutes before 8 o'clock here at the Paddock Mall. It's empty right now. There's nobody here but us, Robert.
Yeah.
74 degrees, and it is the first day of school, so I imagine that this is going to be an exciting morning for a lot of you, and it goes without saying, be careful out there. There are children walking, riding bicycles, and etc. I don't see too many kids riding bikes, but I guess they still do, huh?
Yeah, down toward the middle of Ocala, Fort King.
Where they live in an area where they can, like, there's a sidewalk that goes all the way to the school.
Yeah.
Do they still have do they still have bicycle racks at the schools?
I don't know. I haven't been to a school, so I haven't seen a rack.
I know, me either. I remember as a kid, I used to ride my bicycle to school, and it was a gigantic rack, loaded with bicycles.
I would assume they would have them. Otherwise, where would they park them? They would just be haphazard on the ground and stuff.
Everybody had their own cool lock. Mm-hmm. You're always proud of your lock.
Yeah.
Right? Put your bicycle.
Yeah.
Of course, anybody could steal the bikes if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Bike stealing is up now.
Easy to steal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully everybody is. Goes without saying. You don't need me to tell you, but just be safe. I'll say it anyway. Let's see. We normally try to let you know about some ribbon cuttings. I hope some of you are going to some of these ribbon cuttings. Some of them sound like they've been a lot of fun. The one here in the mall on Friday at the Runner's Pace store.
Yep.
Looked like it was fun. I saw some pictures posted on Facebook, and there's another ribbon cutting this Friday.
Yep.
At 10:30 in the morning. So we won't be going. The ribbon cutting and grand opening will celebrate Advanced Auto Parts' new store. Did I say that? Advanced Auto Parts new store. Sounded awkward. And they are in Summerfield.
Oh, nice.
So you would take 441 south until you crossed over State Road 42. Mm-hmm. And then 1 mile after that, that's a long way. I guess it depends on where you're listening.
Yeah.
1 mile after that on your left is Stonecrest Community, and that's where the shopping plaza is, where the new auto parts store is. What's it called again?
Advanced
Auto Parts new store.
Yep.
Do you like auto parts stores? I like auto parts
do.
stores. I hate having to go in there because it means something is broken down and I'm trying my best to be a do-it-yourself mechanic.
Yeah.
Which I'm not good at. But I have gone in there with greasy hands asking for stuff, hoping that their intelligence will be enough for me to be able to do it on my own. Mm-hmm. Do you have a tool? Yeah. Do you have a tool that would help me with this? What kind of tool would I need for this?
Yeah, but you're honest. You tell them what the problem is.
I know.
And then they get you what you need.
But the best thing really is when you have a mechanic.
Yeah, exactly.
That is really the best thing.
Yeah, just have them tow the car and fix it, and then we're fine.
I had a dream that I had a nail in my front left tire, and now I'm worried about it.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't it weird you have a dream about your car's health?
Mm-hmm. Well, you need to, because once the car goes, you have to walk or take the bus.
All right, so this morning, let's see, what do we want to do? Officials with the NAACP are calling for a repeal of the controversial saggy pants ordinance here in Ocala.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, the Marion County branch of the NAACP will ask Ocala Mayor Kent Gwynn and the city council members to repeal the law at the council meeting or face a legal battle with the NAACP.
Yeah.
Mary Sue Rich, who is really the person we point to for this law.
Exactly.
Whether you like it or not, and Mary, we love you. I just don't like this law. We disagree.
No.
We agree to disagree on this one. I guess you agree. I haven't heard from you.
Yeah.
But the thing is this. It was an idea that she proposed, and the city council went for it. The mayor says he accidentally signed it, which is kind of odd.
That is odd. That means he's not paying attention.
But, well, then you should undo. I don't know. But anyway, this is how I look at this. I think it's a dopey law. I think the look is a dopey look. But who am I? I mean, I'm a just about 60-year-old man. I look at the kids outside the window here at the Paddock Mall, and I see the droopy drawers, and I've seen them before we moved here too.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Mm-hmm. And if I was if I was in some position of responsibility for that young person, and I was at a church or at a family function, I say, hey, come on, pull up your pants. I mean, you can do your fad thing. I mean, I was always told as a kid, okay, comb your hair, take off your hat. I didn't wear a hat, but my dad was opposed to hats at the dinner table.
Oh, yeah, mine too. In restaurants and stuff, it's awful when I see them with their caps on.
See, and I never really had a problem with it. But let's use that as an example. Let's say the city council said, okay, it's going to be a $500 fine and some time in jail if you don't remove your hat at the dinner table.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the same thing. I think it's a dopey law. But I don't like the idea of an outside organization deciding to bully our legislative group, our local legislators here in Ocala,
Yeah.
and tell them what they need to be doing. That's the problem I have here. In other words, I actually agree with the NAA. Well, no, I don't agree with them, actually. I do and I don't. I don't agree that it's racial profiling. I really don't. Let's be honest here. I don't know how many white kids I see with their pants hanging low. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that was Mary Sue Rich's point of... I don't think that's what she had in mind. I think she just had in mind she wanted the pants pulled up.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't agree with you, Mrs. Rich.
Exactly.
But at the same time, that was her intent. I don't think it had anything to do with racial profiling. Mm-hmm. But she's a black lady herself.
Yes, she is.
So it doesn't seem to make any sense to me. The whole thing doesn't make any sense to me. Wearing the pants like that doesn't make any sense. Making a law that's punishable by a fine.
And 6 months in jail.
Was it 6 months? Wow. I couldn't remember that.
Yeah.
But I guess I just have an issue with an outside group deciding to tell our lawmakers what to do.
Yeah.
Get out. I would say just get out. Go to your own meetings.
Yeah.
Make your own decisions. Don't be threatening our law officials. We as a community will speak up.
Exactly.
We've had plenty of people calling in to this show, and I would say most of them were white people who just thought this was a crazy law.
Exactly.
So you've already got the community saying, this is a crazy law. You've already got the mayor saying it was a mistake. He didn't mean to sign it.
Yeah. So the
mayor's a white guy.
That's right.
And so you don't need to come and be stomping your foot as if somehow this was a racial thing and getting everybody upset.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my feeling on that one.
Stick to your own area. Don't go on somebody else's doorstep when you got to clean up
All
your own.
right. So that's one thing that I wanted to bring to the table. That is kind of like, it looks like from the outside, especially people who don't live here, because this story somehow became a national story. So for people who don't live here, they think, wow, what a really racist community that is.
Exactly.
I mean, who's the actor that didn't want to be tried here in town because of that? Wesley
Snipes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was.
Yeah. Is he still in jail?
I'm not sure.
Is he out?
I don't know.
That's a lot. See, I didn't agree with that either. I mean,
he was.
Well, I don't know. See, the whole IRS thing stinks anyway. Anyway. But anyway, when you separate people and you do things that make people say, you know what, I'm on this side of the line because this is how I was born.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's not what this country's about.
Yeah.
This country's about learning how to get along. And P.S., this goes for the Republicans and Democrats too, which is where I was kind of leading with this. It's another divided sentiment or something. We have divided ourselves based on labels. We have divided ourselves based on labels. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Whatever causes that label to be on you, whether you gave it to yourself or not. I mean, look at the Rick Scott thing. Now, talking about mudslinging, okay. Let's look at this for a second. Rick Scott in the news, there's a campaign ad, I guess, and he's picking on Charlie Crist. I have become not a fan lately of either one of these guys, but
Yeah, they're too dirty.
I guess I'm leaning more toward the governor than I am toward the former governor. But in this case, I'm on the former governor's side because the current governor is picking on the former governor for flying in a jet that is owned by a guy who was fined for polluting the air.
Yeah.
Well, just because the airplane is owned by a guy who was polluting the air doesn't mean that his jet is making any more of a mess than the jet you fly in.
Exactly.
How do you figure the logic in this? And you spend $1 million on an ad, and we've got a break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today with a thunderstorm in spots this afternoon and this evening. The high today 90 to 94. And partly cloudy overnight, though 73 to 77. Tomorrow mostly sunny and hot with a high of 92 to 96. On Wednesday, times of clouds and sun with a chance of a thunderstorm near the coast. The high on Wednesday 92 to 96. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Jeff Gordon wins at Michigan. I'm Joe Moore. This is the Coca-Cola Monday Morning Race Refresher, sponsored by Coca-Cola. Enjoy the race with an ice cold Coke, the official soft drink of NASCAR.
What does it mean to